The most obvious characteristic to basketball to remix is playing without a backboard. Now, playing without a backboard is nothing new. The game was invented without the backboard. 1891, 2 peach baskets and a soccer ball. The game was invented with 13 rules. Side note, the only rule that's still intact is Rule 13. All the other rules have been changed, expanded upon since. The backboard was not introduced to help players shoot the ball. The backboard was introduced to prevent fans from interrupting the flow of the game. If you remember, if you can imagine those old gyms that had a balcony around the top, maybe a walking track overlooking the court, they would hang the peach basket at the end of each court. Thus, and you got to think the YMCA was instrumental in the spread of basketball since it was invented in the YMCA. So it's critical to understand that we introduced a piece of technology that technically is obsolete because we no longer have a need of fans interrupting the flow. And two, you got to think about it. Back in the day, there were no shooting skills. There's no shooting training. They was having a hard time getting that ball in that peach basket. So they naturally adapted to an easier approach of making the baskets, and that's how the backboard got incorporated. So I personally think the backboard's obsolete.
But you know what's interesting, Mark? I mean, most young basketball players, I mean, really,
they don't even use it.
They ain't trying to. That's exactly right. You know, so off the glass is an accident most of the time.
Technically, it's obsolete. Culturally, it's obsolete. Athletically, it's obsolete. Do you see how high some of these high school kids are jumping? These college kids are coming. Oh, yeah. If we remove the backboard and give them the freedom in the air to do them without worrying about hitting their head, imagine the excitement. Imagine the new dunks. Imagine the new layups. That little Euro step and the running jumper, little teardrop, Tony Parker and them guys. Imagine how pretty that would look with no backboard.